I wanted to do a short video on some of the bottles I have been finding over the past 2 weeks. The other day yesterday I went out and located a house stump in an old house that I picked up on an aerial view map. The building was still there, so the dump was intact. Now, some of the stuff I pulled out of there yesterday was your standard Dr. Pepper. It's looks like a 1943. Everything in that area that I was digging at was from the late 30s and early 40s, mostly in the 40s. I had 3 Cokes, standard Savannah 19. Looks like a 1945. That Coke is a Savannah 1945. This is in beautiful condition, and it is, of course, a Ridgeland, South Carolina, and it is a 1944 in pretty pristine condition. Ridgeland, for me, is a Coke bottle that I find special because it's such a small town. Not much comes out of it. Back in the day, when 1944, there were probably less than 2,000 people living in the area. This one here is for Virginia, Stockton, it says, and this also is a 44, and a lot of case wear on that. Here's an interesting bottle I came up with. It's a wine bottle. It looked like a soda at first, but on the bottom, if you see, it does say Cella Wines Vineyards, and it's Ridley, California. The patent pending, but I'm sure this was probably made in the late 40s. The bottle I came up with, and I actually did record, was the Great Bet clown bottle. Now, there's an elephant Great Bet, and these were flavoring bottles. You would make flavors with them, so it wasn't I don't think it was a straight out drink, but it's possible. But they come from Camden, Arkansas. This bottle is 1940. Great Bet was a pretty popular bottle. They did a lot. Here's one of their products. It's a Balto, and you can see it's Camden and the Great Bet Company. So Balto, I found them last week, 5 or 6 of these. So they are all over the place if you find them at once. The Jet bottle, 1950s, I'd assume. It looks like that to me. And don't know much about this bottle. Not much information that I can see. Jet Beverages, that's what I noticed. And I found one before in poor condition, but I'm saying probably early 50s. What else? This little poison I picked up, not much. Here's interesting. I like these. R.V. Pierce. Now, I have 1880 and 1890s of this guy from Buffalo, New York. And this is a very late bottle, probably, I'd say 40, 41 maybe. It's just interesting that they kept in business all that time. Moline. Moline is some kind of salve, I do believe. That's a 40s. There he is, the Dad's Jr. Found that one with the Baltos. And last but not least, I've got a late throw. A baby feeder that was in that house dump yesterday in South Carolina. They probably kept this bottle around a long time and probably threw it out once new bottles came in. But the little lay down baby feeder has a big M on the monogram, so I know it's about 1890s to 1900. And that was interesting and very surprising. But there you have what I came up with I came up with 3 of these guys. They are now very popular, although deadly common. There are so many of them. There you go. My little excursion for the last couple of days in the world of 20th century bottles. Thank you. Talk to you later.